What do you have to offer?
Not a damn thing!
So let's get into this makeup. I chose the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Instant Eye Palette. This is the bigger one. She has the quad one, but I just chose this one. Haven't did like some Charlotte eye makeup in a minute. Today we're talking about networking, especially if you're an introvert like me. Shy, calm, and just, you know, kind of hard to start conversations sometimes. And also Clout Chaser. So we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that today, okay? But basically, the action and process of interacting with others to exchange information and to develop professional contacts. There are some new people to this channel. Hello, welcome to Makeup and Good Talk, where I talk good talk and we do our makeup, okay? And I just share personal experiences and use examples. And I love God. Hi. As you can see, that is the definition. I feel like some people kind of have it messed up though. We're gonna get into all those points. My first point here to networking is be yourself. Whether if you are an introvert or you are just somebody that is just super outgoing, be yourself. Because number one, it's easy to be yourself. Number two, you are not an actor or an actress.
Shine bright, shine far. Be a star. Where you live, where you want, be a star.
To be getting paid to be someone else or to portray a whole nother different image. So it really just works out in the long run to be yourself. And then that way, you know, you're consistent, because when you are being yourself, you're consistent. God has blessed a lot of us with discernment. You people can feel when you're a chameleon, meaning you just change with the atmosphere. If somebody needs you to be happy, then you're happy. If somebody needs you to be a whore, you are who you are, and you're being who you are, and you know who you are. You're always going to have consistency down the line. I'll give you guys a story. So being super shy me. So growing up, I was very shy. Like there were days that I would go to school and not say nothing. I've always been so shy. And even growing up, like I just had like my own everything, my own playroom and things like that. Like I was just a very shy girl. It's always been very hard for me to really get out there or be this social butterfly, you know, like be like this person who is just like everywhere. It was always very hard for me to do that. And honestly, I could not even force myself. I'm taking that same shade, but we're using a smaller brush and we're going more in depth here. Living in LA, I was hanging around this girl who later became a clout chaser. We're gonna get into that. And she was just so out there and just so outgoing and things like that. And I just had troubles being that. And I remember I was telling her like, man, like you're really good, like really good at starting conversations. You will understand that as you grow, everybody has their own way of doing things, and that is why you need to be yourself. So we was at a club one time, which is a terrible place to network. I'm sorry. When you are networking, it needs to be in a professional setting, and people need to be sober minded, because you do not want to network with someone who is not in a sober mind or the right state of mind. Get their number. They were in a club or whatever, you text them the next day, a week later, whatever, and you're like, hey, this is so-and-so and so, da-da-da-da, and they don't even remember who you are because they were not sober-minded, or they really only want something from you and want to make you a couch girl, and you don't want that. Are networking not only in a professional setting, but you know, really reading people and knowing people's intentions and going forward. You want to like make sure that everything is professional, because your networking is building professional contacts. I'm really trying to go in. What the heck is on this brush? Go right in here. Y'all, it's some shadow on my brush. Jesus fix it. So, I don't know if y'all can see the names, but yeah, I'm going into the matte brown shades here. I was living in Los Angeles. I worked at Century City Mall, which is honestly right across from, I think it was ICM, and like around the corner from CAA. Those are the biggest agencies in the world. So we're talking about big celebs that are signed there. Like these agencies right here ain't no pump. I worked right across the street from them. And I didn't even know it one day until I looked up and I was like, oh! People would come to my job all the time, especially during Oscars weekend. Hence, you know, Charlotte Tilbury, especially around that time, you know, pandemic, it's kind of like the new Mac, because we had a ton of makeup appointments. The makeup chair, right? I'm doing makeup, and imagine you two, this store has some racist people. That's gonna be like another video. And I was the only black girl at that Charlotte counter. I think I was the first black girl to work at the Charlotte Tilbury counter in Century City in Westfield Mall. I think I was, but my coworkers were cool. They were not racist at all. They made me feel loved and welcome. I had great coworkers. Maybe with a wing or something. Wing with this look. So I'm working at my counter, right? I'm working at my counter and I'm just doing makeup, booking clients, doing makeup. Some days I would have 3, 4, or 5 clients a day. That's a lot for an 8-hour shift doing makeup and selling. One day, this lady came in my chair. Very, very sweet, because y'all, I did not know how to network. I was like, oh my God, I don't know how to network. And I went to school for acting. Acting is my dream. Acting is my main goal. So I'm like, I don't even know how to network, God. Like, I'm shy, I'm quiet, I'm an introvert, you know, I don't even know how to network. Like, I was just like, what the heck? God, please teach me how to network, because I don't even know what I'm doing. One thing in LA, the question, so what do you do for a living? That can go south really fast, because in LA, it's a known thing that people are users and people are clout chasers. So people will back away from you really fast when you get to asking that question. So it kind of has to be done a certain way. And I don't blame them. Can you imagine being a talent agent and every time you meet somebody trying to give you their acting resume and their headshot? Ma'am, I'm trying to eat. I'm trying to buy this cashmere sweater for Thanksgiving. I'm not trying to take your information. Quite annoying, you know, when people are always on your neck because they want something. Like, we're human beings, like not a piece of tissue that you can use and throw away. Wipe your hands, your dirty hands. You come in my chair. This is the first lady. This is client number 1. I absolutely love this lady. She was so sweet. She was so sweet, so kind. She brought so much stuff for me because, you know, working in sales, cosmetic, you have sales goals, right? You got sales goals to me, and she was so sweet. And I know her birthday was coming up, so I went to go buy her a birthday card so when she come back to pick up her pre-sale, because I really liked her vibe. We vibed so nicely. Conversation comes naturally. So when somebody gets comfortable with you, things come out naturally in a natural way instead of it being forced. Part of networking too, comfortable, making people comfortable, so then that way the relationship and the connection is authentic, and you don't have to be like, well, what do you do? Because it'll come out. She worked for Sacha, okay? She worked for Miss, you know, that line. And so I'm like, okay, I didn't think anything of it because I am not a clout chaser. But my AE was like, do you know that client that you did? And I was like, yeah. She was like, she works for Versace. And I was like, yeah. I'm thinking she works in like the Versace store, you know, somewhere in Beverly Hills. She was like, no, she works like close. And I was like, oh. So, and she always was a repeat client of mine. I would do her makeup without buying anything because she was a genuine person, and I loved her and I loved her personality. And this woman works close, all right? So she's grabbing the dress, and she don't work in just like a retail store. That was a professional connection that I made, and I did it naturally. I did it in my own environment, my own habitat, if you can say, like my own comfort zone, doing makeup. Client number 2. I'm using the Patrick Star Bodacious Black Eyeliner. Back to the story. So it's client number 2, right? I was like, you know, just doing my work or whatever. A lady comes to me. I believe it was Oscar weekend or Emmys, one of those weeks. And I'm doing her makeup. She's nervous. She's talking about the movie she just worked on. Natural conversation. How are you? How you been doing today? complimenting her features. She's talking to me, just natural conversation. She's nervous about the movie, you know? So I'm like, oh, well, what movie did you work on? The Joker. The Joker. Oh my God, because The Joker was a huge movie. It was a huge movie, and I believe Mr. Joaquin Phoenix, you know, he won an Oscar. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it was a huge movie, like, right? It was a really big movie, and she became one of my repeat clients, and she came to me again. I think she came to me the second time for the Emmys or for the Oscars, and I did her makeup. Sweet lady. Loved it. She didn't have to buy anything from me. So as you can see, this little shy introvert girl over here, we talking about quiet, shy, super timid. You know, I might get on here and just be like, I'm really shy. I'm really to myself. I'm so to myself, it makes people uncomfortable. I built those professional contacts. And those were really nice contacts. It wasn't, you know, like me being thirsty, or I wasn't even looking for anything either. I just built the professional contacts. Like it was just really cool. It was really dope. And I was being myself. I was being my natural self. I was not being anybody else. I did my makeup job. And I just made people feel comfortable. People want to feel comfortable. Nobody wants to feel like, here comes this thirsty broad. Like, no. It most definitely boost and amp up people's egos when you're a thirst bucket. You want longevity. Being a clout chaser, being an opportunist, being the, oh, I only hang around people that are successful and you're not even successful yet, or you don't have nothing yet. Being that kind of person. Oh, I don't talk to anybody on my level. People have their right to have their preference. Like, that's just my opinion. But there's no longevity in that. Superficial and fake. What are your attentions? And know what exactly you are going to network for. It has to be mutually beneficial, sis, okay? So, as I was just saying, people know when and when you're not being authentic. And you want longevity. Internal life is longevity. You want longevity in everything. And well, not everything, because something's just gonna last. It's not gonna last. But you, for the most part, for your career, for your life story, you want longevity. Or Mercier foundation. Let me pop these lashes on. People know when you have nasty, grimy intentions, and typically men learn after, or some know right then and there when they're not thinking with their boop. This is why I say people have to understand things have to be mutually beneficial. You want to go after somebody or befriend somebody because of what they have. Like, what do you have to offer?
What's that? Not a damn thing.
What do you have to offer? Just like, okay, you want to date somebody that's an upper echelon? Fine. What do you have to offer? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Protect your purpose. Protect what God gave to you. That's one thing about me. I'm quiet, but I peep everything. And no one will know because I respect everybody. I keep it smiling and I keep it pushing. I do not mess with people. People are different. Very. I do not like people. I actually hate, oh, sorry God, sorry. I do not like people who like to just come up off of people. That really grinds my gears. Like, people work hard and go through what they go through in life and jump off faith, and it's not just for you to gain. It's not for someone to gain. Sometimes a blessing is for you. And people are going to learn the hard way. You cannot let people jump into your star that God has blessed you with and gave you, unless you're just being kind and you just want to help someone, and that's fine too. You will have people that's just like, hey, like, I want to help you genuinely because they see something in you. But for those people who just, this should be in the Clout Chaser part. I'm sorry, I'm quit. Ask yourself, what are my intentions? What am I going to this networking event for? I'm trying to build professional contacts, but for what? Because I want a manager? Because I want a mentor? What is your motives? Baby, tell me what's your motives. Like, what is your motivation? For YouTube, when I had my old channel, people would be messaging me about collabs. Now, YouTube collabs are cute. I'm not mad at them, but I'm not the kind of person to do collabs. I did a collab on my old channel. Her name is Toofaced Beauty. We went to high school with each other. I already knew her, very sweet girl, so I didn't mind. Better than Too Faced, this is their concealer. Sometimes when people want collabs, they don't have an equal amount or the same, they don't have the same following. A lot of times they have less, which is fine. We all have to start somewhere, but for me, there's no handouts. There is no handouts. You don't go looking for something for nothing. You don't get something for nothing. That is how my father raised me. I'm not really into that. It has to be mutually beneficial. When you are networking, both parties need to benefit. If you're a big time director, and there's a talented actor over there, and you know that they're going to help your project or they have a name for themselves, y'all are building this contact at this event, building this relationship at this event, you're networking and it's mutually beneficial. If I'm just using my platform and it's not just because I want to help you out the goodness of my heart, what am I gaining from it? What am I gaining from it? Nothing. People got networking messed up. Networking now is also a way for clout chasers to enter. Like, it has to be mutually beneficial. Just like a photographer, you're looking for somebody to put in front of your camera. Most likely you're gonna go and find someone that's gonna fit what you're looking for. Like, they're gonna be great at, you know, modeling. Like, you want somebody that you can teach, someone that you can direct maybe. You're not gonna just go find someone who just doesn't fit that. It has to be mutually beneficial. Just saying. I think people really have the networking term really jacked up. And thanks to God and living in Los Angeles, I was able to learn. Because like I said, I'm very, very quiet. I'm very, very shy. I'm inspiring all the shy, quiet girls, you know, to get out there and to really be yourself, no matter how quiet you are. Okay, because you can be quiet, but does that exclude you from being dope? No, not at all. Be professional. Your image is everything, boo. You are in charge of your image. Even if people try to tarnish your image in the conversation, shout out to Lauryn Hill, like, you know, even if people try to tarnish your image, you still have control over your image. People are gonna tarnish your name regardless. Look at what they did to Jesus, hello? They gonna tarnish his name, they most definitely gonna try to tarnish your name. Make sure you are carrying yourself with respect, because the first thing our eyes see is the first thing we remember. So you go into an event and you just, oh girl, I was drunk. They're gonna remember you. They're going to remember you for being a drunk. Like, for an example, now I don't totally agree with this, but this is just an example how some women may come in, they may just be behind the man, or they may even jump in and get pregnant by a man. For some reason, this world kind of pushes them to the side. This world kind of puts them in that box of you only became who you are because you had a baby, because you had a kid by someone. And granted, you do have people out there that are wicked like that will use a child for their own benefit, and it always backfires. But you do have some women, that's not their intentions. That's not their intentions at all. They truly fell in love with this man. How you came in is how you're going to be known. And especially as a female, as a woman, it's going to be even harder to work your way out of somebody's shadow. Even becoming somebody's best friend, that's a leeway as well too. Kim Kardashian and Paris Hilton. And what I like about Kim is this video clip right here.
I am gonna go and be in this music video with Paris for one of her new songs.
I really would want to do anything for her. She literally gave me a career.
The fact that she can still give this woman credit, okay? This woman credit, Paris, who seems like a sweet girl, a sweet woman. It says a lot about her character, and she is acknowledging also where she came from. This is why you gotta be so selective also who you share your star with, because you will have people, women or men, relationships, couples, or friends, whatever the case may be. You will help someone come up, let them jump in your star, and they will go and branch off and just be like, and step on you and act like you never existed, and then pay that whole, I did this by myself, Instagram persuasive paragraph. Choices that you make will affect you and also run with you. Clout chasers, okay? To do anything. doing surprisingly, Clout Chaser has a definition. Clout Chaser, I will pop it right in here. Superficial, fake, someone who wants fame and attention. And as you can see, the other points here. Going in with the Sacha Buttercup powder. Another name for clout chasers are anythings. That clout and attention validation seeps so deep. It is crazy. And a lot of this comes from something that needs to be healed, or something that needs to be, the soul needs some surgery. Will do anything. When I was hanging out with this girl who later on turned out to be a clout chaser, she was willing to just do a lot to get somewhere. And nowadays, when we live in this society where social media is very much present in a lot of our lives and things like that, a lot of people want things that are not for them. You know, not everybody's gonna be famous. Not everybody can sing like a Chloe and Holly and shout like a Patti LaBelle. Like, not everybody can get up there and act like a Jodie Foster, like a Meryl Streep, like a Angela Bassett, like a Taraji P, like a Regina King. Not everybody can play the guitar. Like, people are really, I feel like people are really losing sight at what is for them, because what is being pushed out to all of us and to them. Taking the Huda Beauty. Club one day, you know, I always got a little story time for y'all. We was at a club one day, right? We were at a club, and there was somebody, I didn't know who it was. I can't remember if it was like a rapper or what, because like I can't remember this person. Like, I just can't remember who this was. She was trying to use me, right? Because some girls use pretty girls. Some girls will use girls for their looks. She was trying to use me to like get over there and get near him so she can like talk to him. Like, this girl was just willing to just do whatever. And me being like younger, I just didn't really notice. I was just like, what's the big deal? Like, what is the big deal with this person? And she was cool. Like, she was like a friend that like I went clubbing with. She most definitely got me into some parties. So, you know, I'm gonna give her credit. She just had like this griminess about her that I started to like notice. Like, you're really grimy. And she also was overly friendly. A lot of the time they are very overly friendly people. Way of really telling you that they want something from you. So they come in very friendly. Hey sis, hey friend. Nothing towards people who made those terms. I'm just using them, but they come very, very friendly. When you talk to people, always look them in their eye. It's something when you look people in their eyes that just makes some type of, it tells you something. It signals something. It's like the eyes are like a gate or a key to something. Look people in their eyes and watch their face. I study people. You won't even know it because I'm gonna, of course, smile and be myself and be kind, but I study people. I'll be like, oh yeah, some name, they will do anything, take anything. Sometimes people will hang around anybody and literally tolerate them, and then when they get on, crap on them because they didn't like you in the first place. They were just hanging around you because you had something that they want. I use this as an example all the time. If you have something that someone wants, they're gonna come and get it, especially if it's not for them. Why do you think some people are willing to get pregnant or to get someone pregnant to secure something? To tell you and let you know that none of that ever lasts. Like, none of it creates longevity, and it all has an effect on people's souls. You have a soul, you know, and the things that we do affects our soul. So when you are like this, you're this grimy, nasty person. Why do you think people are so disgusting in the media, like in entertainment? Have y'all met somebody before that was absolute trash? You ain't gotta drop their name, none of that, but I'm pretty sure you have. The things that we do, decisions that we make has an effect not only on our children, our family, but our souls. We just can't see it. Highlighter. People are right in your face. You really need discernment if you're going to entertainment or anywhere. but they're right in your face. They be so thirsty. Do you need some water? Like, do you need something to drink? So you want to make sure that you really separate yourself from being a clout chaser when you are networking. You really need to be careful, and you really want to make sure you are there to build a professional relationship, and that you are not giving off, I'm a clout chaser, I'm thirsty, I'm an opportunist. The Huda Beauty Rich Brown Lip Liner. Sure that you are professional, you're carrying yourself well, you're being yourself, and you are there to be professional. You are there to build relationships. You are about your business. Let it be known. Be careful who you step on. Careful who you step on or use, because one thing I learned about God is that he will put you in people's faces when you work in that 9 to 5. He will put you in people's faces when you are just outside. He'll put you in people's faces when you standing in that agency and you did not get the job. And he will tap on them same people's shoulder who looked down on you or who took a different route, a grimier route. He will tap on them on their shoulder and be like, look at that. Who's that? Remember them? Remember you took from them? Remember you stepped on them? He gonna prepare that table and sit them in the nosebleeds. We're looking way up like, and mad, okay? Mad. Oh, this is cute. She's cute. Oh. This is super 90s by Charlotte Tilbury. Charlotte Tilbury. Once again, I have this small channel. I think I'm at 441 subscribers right now. And people literally keep copying. They keep taking, okay? And thanks to God for always pointing these people out and making me better over the years, because y'all, I would have been meshy. Old me would have put all the clips in here side by side and been like, look at these broads. Like y'all don't know how to stop stealing. I don't know how. And they watch videos. And if I was to tag these people, you guys would be so surprised, because these are not your average, some of them are not your average small YouTuber. I just pray to God, like, God, you handle it. You handle these people. Never underestimate your gift, because clearly I'm a small channel, but clearly people can't stop stealing and stop watching, which is, I'm very grateful. Thank you for watching. But also, these people are not subscribed. They're not subscribed. They're not commenting, but you can take. It's fine, because I noted all these people, who you are. So wherever God takes me, I remember you. You're a thief. You keep taking people's stuff. So that's just how people are, and that's why I love I love the support Black and support this, but us Black women have to do better by our Black women. All these girls are Black women that are taking from me and not crediting me. Won't even follow, won't even subscribe. And it's like, why is it so hard for some of these people to just actually acknowledge or to give credit? Why is it? Is it because they don't want to be deemed as copying? Because there's nothing wrong with being inspired. This is a community. We clearly are all inspired by each other. Just my opinion. Do I smell a hater?